And without missing any beats, we continue with this podcast. There are technical things that happen sometimes, y'all. You've heard us talk about it. That was one of them. Sometimes our preferred podcast platform of choice, the Zencastr, just does what it wants. It just has a mind of its own.
Yeah,
pretty regularly. But we got there. Actually. Very true.
Is this possibly Zencastr trying to avoid the conversation, to avoid listening to an hour plus of comments on the year that was 2016? Should we take this as an omen?
I can't blame it.
Omens be damned.
Yeah, it's if there was ever an episode to skip, I feel like it's probably not good for me as a podcast host to tell listeners to not listen to an episode of said podcast. But
yeah, it's generally a negative way to generate that. If within the first 3 minutes you're like, yeah, by the way, don't listen to this shit. In fact, go ahead and turn the channel.
We're not actually playing the music though. We're talking about the songs, and hopefully the things we say about them is worth their time.
Yeah.
The reason that I find the first 60 seconds of this conversation very interesting, because this might be the first year that we've re-racked where we all have the same opinion of the year, and B, a negative opinion of this year. Now, I don't know how one could possibly spin that chart as to having a positive, but it's interesting that we, for once, all three of us had a bad time in doing this.
Yeah, I would almost guarantee that like our top 20 or 25 is pretty similar, that like everything is up there. I'll be very surprised if that's not the case, except that I hate my list. So I guess I couldn't guarantee that. I also feel like we're going to have a lot of overlap at the bottom of the list.
I hope so. I really hope so. Because I started to run out of ideas on how to explain how shit these songs were.
Yeah.
But I also really hope that my number one starts a fist fight somewhere.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
like we're going to see each other, like breaking the fourth wall. We're going to see each other here in about a month or so. And I'm really hoping that one of y'all takes a swing when we get together at the bar.
Well, there is one certain song on this list that would make perfect sense for that. There's one song on this list that would make perfect sense for that. If that's your number one. I think we both know where
that song properly is. All I'm saying is,
holy shit.
All I'm saying is, I didn't intentionally, I didn't go out of my way to make the number one song a heat seeker. But then I looked at my numbers and I went, oh no. Oh, wait, we can have some fun.
Well, since you are really close to like saying this already, why don't you kick us off with your 10 through 6 and your number 5, and then we can launch right into that before we get to all the really bad stuff. Let's talk about some of the decent stuff.
That I think that works. Okay. Let's start at number 10. Actually, I think this might be surprising. Not that it's here, but just that it's at number 10. But Adele, Send My Love to Your New Lover, because it's not the same Adele song, and that's really the best part. I mean, it is Adele, so it's good, but it's not as overplayed and clowned on as Hello, which I don't have up here. Wait, make sure. No, I don't have up here, and I think that might be one of those instances where the overplay factor does dull that a song for me. I don't know. I also remember that being kind of looked on as like, yeah, I mean, it was her big single, but man, was that record full of better songs. Maybe another one with some tension here. Number 9, Justin Bieber, and What Do You Mean? The ticking clock actually frames this song pretty well, giving a glimpse at the possible future that Bieber has in the adult pop / R&B landscape, taking that Timberlake slot. Number 8, Thomas Rhett, Die a Happy Man. I will give it its due. This is a well-written country love song. That's a little AAA, but doesn't rely on over-the-top metaphor or red dirt comparisons. No One's Body is a back road here. Number 7, The Weeknd, and In the Night. Honestly, one of his best and most underrated singles. The catchy 80s pop production sets that juxtaposition between the sparkling synth lines and the beats, and then the very heavy, darker themes of the track. And, I mean, beauty behind the madness in general. And at number 6, Ellie Goulding and On My Mind. It's the love song that's not quite coming at the concept the way you think it is. Ellie is at the top of her game at this point and doing enough different things with her vocals to stand out in a year where not much truly did.
The one thing that I did not realize about this list until you mentioned it with the Thomas Rhett song "Die Happy Man," there was a dearth of country music in 2016. Like, I won't go through all the tracks just in case any of them end up on either of your lists, but I mean, I've counted like about 5 in the entire 100-song list, which is the fewest that we've seen, at least in, the post 2000s era.
Yeah, I think for the last, I don't know, decade plus, we're just kind of used to country filling in that bottom of the year end pretty steadily. It's well represented in the back half of these lists. And yeah, there was like a handful of songs, and that's about it. It was kind of weird.
So I'm going to have to backpedal my statement from the beginning of this episode when I said I think we will have a lot of overlap at the top of this list. As it turns out, that ain't gonna be the case.
I'm with Jay. It was over for me.
Yeah, over. The only one that was close was The Weeknd. I had In the Night at 13. It is probably him at his most MJ, and I'm here for it. But the rest of that, the highest I have out of the rest of that list is my number 42 is Ellie Goulding.
Wow,
that is the highest ranked I have any of them.
Okay.
Do you think it's one of those, Jay, where it's like number 42 and number 16, just to throw a number out, like are going to be pretty similar? Like that middle is very mushy in this case?
Yeah, probably 20, like 42 and 20 are probably about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my arbitrary scoring system, hold on, 42. In my arbitrary scoring system, 42 is within 5 points of number 25. So,
oh, wow.
Like, yeah, it's a window. Nah.
Let me expound upon that some more. And actually, there's a point I wanted to make about this too, is that I don't know about how you guys felt, but for the most part, man, was this a very bland year where not a whole lot stuck out.
Bland on bland.
Yeah, this was Anvil levels of bland.
Well, to that point, I will say this. Number 12 for me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I subtract a mere 8 points. Number 91.
Okay.
I don't doubt it at all. That sounds right.
Yeah,
that's
absurd
as it is.
So I did a little bit different. My scoring system is arbitrary always, but it's even more arbitrary this time because I was scoring them in relationship to each other, which really changes the way you think about a scoring system. So like I did there is some gap in score there. Like I do have a 40-point swing from the top to the bottom. So, that's except for the ones that I scored 0, but we'll talk about that maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could say 3 of those.
I had two. I had 2.
2 is also fair.
Yeah. So aside from those 2 that I scored 0 points, there's a 40-point swing from top to bottom. So yes, I'm with you. It could just be throwing paint at the wall, and it ain't always a Jackson Pollock.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that y'all do it that way. Like I've only ever just ranked from, 1 to 100. So like I can tell just by looking at just anecdotally, like, oh, these are close to one another, but I think y'all have a much better representation of the actual closeness between those songs than I do.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's based
I don't know.
on nothing. So
that's exactly it. Like it's honestly, this whole thing is subjective. I think I always, when I do a list like this, I'm comparing one song to another, and the scale slides. Like it all. I mean, it's like if it's humid out, maybe that's an extra point in one direction now just because of the mood. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
One
and
direction,
maybe
another point.
Well, this year maybe.
I mean, they had a song on this list.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be interesting, and it might be an experiment I try to do for myself and then bring to you guys, is try to find a baseline when we do a year like this, and then rank from or above or below that baseline. I don't know how to even do that.
Oh, like the song 50?
Like, what would be the characteristics?
I was going to say, if that's the case, my song 50 is Selena Gomez.
Ooh, And mine is
Same
Ride
Old
by
Love.
21 Pilots.
Oh, I had that one lower, I think.
What is it?
Oh,
My head
no.
was 50.
Guess not. Where do I have Ride?
Oh, my 50 would be Kevin Gates.
That's a good 50.
Which one, though? There were two.
But here's the thing: at that 50, it's also the same score as 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 other songs.
Right on.
Yeah, so that's where.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my number
Fair
5 real
enough.
quick and get this out of the way. Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
For sure.
Because we've literally just been talking about for the last 5 minutes. Doing something that stands out in a pretty bland year was a really good way to get yourself lifted towards the top of the list. And having a pop song hit with energy and momentum would fit that bill. One of the catchiest tracks of the year, Sia made glittery magic on Cheap Thrills, and an otherwise simple song is blown up and taken to the sugary extreme. You have to respect a song that jams so much into itself while working from a really simple and very relatable base. We're too broke to do the big things in life, so let's just look for the cheap stuff and have our fun where we can. And reading more about the critical reception to the song had me really questioning why I liked it enough to put it at number 5 before I read more listener reviews. And they all said something around the same thing. I like this song. I don't know why, but it gives me energy. And in 2016, that was a massive accomplishment, so worthy of being here.
Also, Sean Paul is kind of fire.
Sean Paul is kind of fire on that one and does actually, like, again, make the remix way worth pretending that the original doesn't exist.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I have this at number 12.
I got one.
Yeah, and it's
You got one.
is
Well, that's two.
fair.
I gave you The Weeknd.
Oh, that's true. You gave me Weekend. I'm more taken aback that Ellie didn't make it very high for you. I knew you were a fan.
Just that song.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, just you made me think about this a little bit more, Jay. Like I think I see this as almost like a Sean Paul song featuring Sia. Just how much I really enjoy his contribution to it.
His delivery is good across the board. Like when he does a thing, his delivery is good. Not all of his songs are wonderful, but his delivery is really good. And he made this song fun. All I wrote about Ellie Goulding's track was tiny blonde British white women shouldn't rap. Somehow this doesn't suck. And I have it at 42. So
Nice. Well, I will gladly dip a toe in with my 10 through 6 and 5. Get those out of the way real quickly.
let's do it.
Was not very verbose this time around with anything. So going to be pretty concise and to the point, which is unlike me. I say that I'm going to talk for like 6 years because that's what always happens when I say that. But we'll see how this goes. So at number 10, you mentioned, Dan, that there is going to be punching happening when we're together. I am certainly going to be the recipient of some of those, I feel like, for this list. And we're going to start right at the top, potentially, of those punches. And that is X's and O's by Elle King. A truly polarizing voice, but I have to admit, I really love it. Number 9, Drake and Future with Jumpman, Jumpman, Jumpman. One of the rare, super repetitive songs that I actually dig. At number 8, Designer with Panda, Panda, Panda. One of the other ultra super repetitive songs that I actually dig. I've always liked Designer's delivery. Drake and Future are fine, but I do think Designer kind of notches them out just a bit there. Number 7 for me, the Chainsmokers featuring Halsey. Again, a very similar thing to Sia and Sean Paul. To me, this song is Halsey featuring the Chainsmokers, and that is Closer. The Chainsmokers verse, honestly, is not really necessary here because everything that Halsey does on this track is absolutely perfect. And finally, finally for the 10 through 6, at number 6, it is Major Lazer, DJ Snake, featuring Mo with Lean On. This is the 6th best song of the year, at least according to me, but it may be the absolute coolest song of the year. It's just, this song is, I don't know if vibes existed in 2016, if that's what we were doing, but this song absolutely is just vibes casserole.
So we are going to hear from me about 3 of the 5 songs you chose here just in a little bit.
Feels
Exquisite.
Like you guys find a way to get closer. All like the closest you and I got, I have Lean On at 12.
I have Lean On at 18.
It's not the song I would have expected to be up there.
Actually, I was trying to find the whole thing, and I need a second to actually find the artist. But I'm completely with you on Closer. I have that at number 26.
Nice.
That's the one I was looking for. Okay. Although I guess I was going to say I have an affinity for the cover by Boyce Avenue featuring Sarah Hyland.
Ooh. That's got to be a killer. Shout out Boyce Avenue.
That's what they do.
Exactly. They do it so well. They do it incredibly well.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear your number 5.
My number 5. We're going to keep at the polarizing bit here, and I don't think it's going to turn out well for me at all. But I have always just adored this song. And that is the 9th track off of 1989. That is Wildest Dreams by one Taylor Swift. For someone who is not known for her vocals, Wildest Dreams isn't going to change minds there. This is not a vocal powerhouse kind of song, nor does it need to be. It's a very pretty, if not maybe a little lyrically lacking song, to say the least, but I feel like that just works in the confines of the song itself, and especially remembering that this is 2016, everything is kind of crap in this year. Certainly not cracking the top 20 in most other years that we do, but yeah, it's great, minimalist kind of flowing production from the Swedish duo of Max Martin and Shellback. Taylor does what she does. It's not too much. It's not over the top. It's subdued. It's a nice song. And in a list like this, like nice songs are going to be higher on my list than others would be. So Taylor Swift, welcome to my top 5. And I hate everything about this list already.
Seeing Taylor Swift in your top 5 is not a surprise.
That one's not new, for sure.
Right. Like that's a thing that we've grown accustomed to. And this is one of my least favorite Taylor Swift songs. And I still have it at 34. So
that's a lot.
Right. That's what I'm agreeing with you. Everything you said about this list, and in any other list, this song probably doesn't make top 50, but mostly that's for me. Like I have nothing wrong with the vocals, or no problem with the vocals. It's just not, to me, a very good song. I don't hate it. I just don't. It's fine. It's slightly better than the Ellie Goulding track we were just talking about.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I don't have anything in argument with anything you had mentioned, because I think I have it in the same area of the list. It's on the actual sheet of paper in 38th, but that's also the same score as 12 other songs. So, and it really 9 points off the leader. So,
yeah.
Right.
At this point, the numbers, they mean nothing.
The game is made up. The points don't matter.
The points don't matter.
It does matter, guys. And that is Jay's 10 through 6 and his number 5.
Sometimes I would agree with you. In this case, I don't think I agree with you. I don't think it matters at all. But I'll start. Let's do, okay. So my number 10, I already know Dan's going to hate this one because we've had a conversation about this song, and that is Here by Alessia Cara. It's cool. It's clever. It's wonderfully unimpressed with usual party chaos. It feels like an anthem for everyone who's ever stood in the corner of a crowded room thinking there has to be somewhere better to be. Right? It's the spiritual successor to Three Dog Night's Mama Told Me Not to Come. I love that song. I love this song. Yay. It is kind of an Above the Influence commercial, but I've moved past that. Number 9, I have a different Chainsmokers song. I have Don't Let Me Down, featuring Daya, which to me proves that sometimes the best pop songs build like a roller coaster. It's a slow climb, the heart-pounding drop, and then the hands in the air the whole way down. And I love Daya's vocals on the track. No notes. At number 8, I agree with Zach on 1. I have El King and X's and O's. The stomping clap groove is fun. It sounds like it wandered out of a smoky bar and onto the pop charts. It feels both mischievous and empowering. And honestly, like this song kind of feels like it was designed to be sung loudly by people who know exactly what they're worth. And I love it. At number 7, this is going to be the polarizing one. I have Me, Myself, and I by G-Eazy and BB Rexha. But to me, sort of turns independence into a pop statement. It's laid back confidence. The chorus kicks. It's like you're throwing a party for yourself or in your accomplishments. It's catchy. It's cool. A little bit rebellious. Makes standing on your own feel like less of a consolation prize and more of the main event. At number 6, Justin Bieber. Blah. That left a bad taste in my mouth saying that out loud. At number 6, I have Justin Bieber and Love Yourself. It's cheeky. Doesn't sound like your typical Justin Bieber song. And for me, that's all I needed. I needed that little bit of an Ed Sheeran guitar lick and just a really just cheeky lyric.
It's just cheeky, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's cheeky. Like I do want to shout out Don't Let Me Down. I didn't think that was quite as good as Closer, but yeah, the Chainsmokers had a knack for making bangers. Like two of them, sure, but
so I have Don't Let Me Down at 9 and I have Closer at 87.
One of them, sure. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. All right. So let's get to the meat of it, though. I do have a number 5, and that number 5 is, I don't know if this is going to catch flack or not. I don't think so. I'm going for Cake by the Ocean, a DNCE. It kind of feels like Summer Vacation bottled into 3 minutes of cheeky joy. It's an infectious groove. There's playful lyrics. It dances right up to that line between sweet and mischievous, and then it kind of winks while crossing that line. The guitar riffs bounce, the beat strut, and the chorus demands to be shouted by a car full of friends with the windows down. It's the kind of track that doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's exactly why it works.
Number 12 for me.
Number 13.
Yeah, cool. I got one.
See, we were that. I don't think we're absolutely that far off from each other. We're in the same regions. Let's put it that way.
We're in the geographical areas of one another for the most part. I feel like there may be some of my list that may get some less than love here. In fact, I know there is, and I'm here for it.
Put a pin in that.
But I'm also here, Dan, for your number 4.
Fair enough. In the last few years, I think we've kind of forgotten how dominant The Weeknd was a decade ago. I mean, coming into 2016, he was still riding high on the massive success of Beauty Behind the Madness, the record that really put him into the stratosphere in the mainstream. And then right at the end of the year, he drops another bombshell, the next evolution in Weeknd sound, Starboy. And the opening single from that record hits number 1 in at least 6 countries and number 4 on this list, obviously, Starboy. Sorry, motherfucking Starboy. I also find it funny the track came together because The Weeknd just wanted to hang out with Daft Punk. They wanted to hang out, and then it turned into a collaboration that came together in literally like 30 minutes. And it wound up as one of the most successful singles. In blending the best attributes of both of those artists, the Starboy's electropop beats perfectly accent Weeknd's vocal stylings to give a glossy coating to a darker song about internal battles over stardom and all of its trappings. Bit of a theme this year. And you can also think of this as like a turning point, honestly, in the overall story of the Weeknd persona itself, which is apparently now dead as of Hurry Up Tomorrow.
So we're told.
Right. I think probably not going to get more Weeknd music.
I will say that if all I have to do to get a hit is want to hang out with Daft Punk, like I should have had like 12 hits by now.
Right.
Here's the thing. You want to hang out with Daft Punk. He gets to hang out with Daft Punk.
Touche.
That could have been a lyric in this song that would absolutely fit the vibe of Starboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also maybe even a lyric in Olivia Rodrigo's Vampire, because similar reasons. Anyway. Yeah. No notes. I got nothing to say about that.
Yeah. Just classic flex.
Yeah.
And he could back all of it. Well, probably most of it up. There are probably some of these things. Well, actually, no, I think he could probably back up the vast majority of that song.
Yeah. Well, can you back up your number 4 song?
No. Well, yes, I can, because you actually emphasized it already in your list. Which, thank you for doing that, by the way. Gave me a little bit more credit there because it's a solid song. It's not what I expected when I saw the top 2 songs of this year in the original list, but it was, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, it's good. I got to put it on here. It is Justin Bieber, but it's a good song. It's Love Yourself. Like, it's so simple. It's so minimalist. You said it great, Jay. It's so weirdly respectful considering it's a lover scorn kind of song, but it's just nice. It's like, it's not the angry song. Those are wonderful too, and those are very warranted in a lot of ways. But this is just like, hey, this is who this person is, and I am not going to be associating with them anymore. I'm going to move on. It's like, that's weirdly mature for someone of the ilk of Justin Bieber. But yeah, the production doesn't do too much. Bieber's voice doesn't try to do too much. It just is a lovely, good song.
Yeah, agreed. And the dismissal feels like a shrug.
Yes.
It's like,
which is almost more hurtful to
exactly.
someone.
Like that is cutting.
You're not even worth getting mad over.
Let me just throw in the one note I made, because this is in the same batch of songs with Wildest Dreams. I know Jay mentioned it kind of being almost snarky. Little bit of snark in there, and I swear this song should have been Fuck Yourself. Like, it feels like that's what it's building to, and then he pulls back. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, that's a far better written song.
Yeah.
But that it always feels like that's what you're building to, and then we'll dance right up to the line, which for Bieber of 2016, that's impressive. Mm-hmm. As an artist and as a person, he wasn't doing much dancing up to the line.
Wasn't showing much restraint.
No, he was so pissing into a mop bucket on the other side of the line.
Jay, do you have a better singer than Justin Bieber or Ed Sheeran for your number 4?
That wouldn't be hard to do, but yes. Resoundingly, unequivocally, yes. But I don't have to say much about it because my number 4 tune is Starboy. For everything that Dan said about it, like it's a really cool, sleek song. It's icy, very like Daft Punk future, like a sports car driving through a cityscape sort of futuristic vibe. And it just, honestly, the song just feels like you've just been invited to the coolest club in the galaxy. It's a jam.
It's such a good way to put it. It's
yeah, I love that.
Not celestial, but it does kind of have that sort of really cool, but like otherworldly sort of feeling to it.
Yeah, a little bit. It's that pulse.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what this motion was, but they can't see that anyway, so it's fine.
They know what you were doing.
We all know what you were doing, and you probably should be ashamed of yourself, but
I definitely usually am. It's not.
You really probably should get that looked at.
Well, I think we're about to have a look-see at your number 3, Dan.
I can also be just as brief because I did a whole bunch of stuff here, but I don't need to do any more stuff because you both did it for me. But I have a song that deserves some flowers because it's a good, fun chunk of pop as one woman runs roughshod over hearts on several continents. As you have both already mentioned, Elle King and X's and O's. And I love that Jay described it as a smoky delivery or popping out of a smoke-filled bar. And that's exactly what her vocals evoke. But this kind of blend of alt-rock and country that became this song. Again, such a unique sound in a year like this. So well delivered, so confidently delivered. I couldn't separate it because it separated itself from the back so well.
Yeah, totally agree with you. My actual only beef with the song is that she made the title possessive with those apostrophes.
But listen to the lyrics; it makes sense.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to do that again.
Listen to the lyrics. She's a collector. Don't get me wrong. That's one of the hooks of the actual song.
No. But I know
she's a total collector.
The X's and the O's are possessive in her title, not her.
No, that's what I'm saying. The X's, yes. She's a collector, therefore that's what the X's sense. I can't defend the O's part. I can't. I guess I can only get really half of that. But
is it a reference point thing? Maybe the story is being told from the perspective of the X's and the O's.
I think it's just symmetry at that point. Like she had to have the apostrophe in both words, or it looked weird.
I tried, Al.
No, that's fair. So half of it was lyrical, half of it was just like a design. Aesthetic.
Ultimately, that does not affect my enjoyment of the song, obviously.
No,
so
for sure.
Here we are.
A good jam.
Oh, I had the 1 point. I could give you the half there.
Well, speaking of half, I think my number 3 is half of what both of you have already mentioned, specifically in terms of the title, because we're not talking about Starboy. In fact, we might be talking about a song that is perhaps on the other side of the vibe spectrum from Starboy, but in a good way. And that is Lost Boy by Ruth B. I went back and forth on this pick quite a bit. Finally landed on what I feel is the right song in the right place in this re-ranked list. Lots of really cool visual representation of a classic story, of course, that being the story of Peter Pan. This song is dense. This song is rife with metaphor. This song is it is a lyric song, if you know what I mean. It's not something that you're going to listen to for the music. The music is perfectly lovely. The music is very wonderful, very nicely piano driven, but it's not at all going to blow you away. The lyrics will. Like I had mentioned, Starboy, this is a mood shift, 100%. More at home at a coffee shop than, as you said, the coolest nightclub in the galaxy, or however you'd phrase that.
Something like that.
This is the other side of that spectrum. This is the come down after the night of Starboy. But yeah, I thought I've always liked this song. This is perhaps one of the few, actual good things to come out of this year.
I have it at 52, so right there alongside Selena Gomez, and weirdly enough, Florida Georgia Line. Don't know how that happened. Maybe I rescind that. Anyway, I wrote, this is almost beautiful. It takes the allegory a little too far for too long. It's like a little over 4 minutes long. I feel like if it was half the length, it would have been way more impactful.
Yeah, I don't hate that argument. I think it does get a little long in the tooth, but I'm trying to think of something to disagree, like a way to dissent, but I don't really have a dissent. Like that's a totally fair criticism. Yeah.
No, I don't have a dissent. I was just an admission that I have also, because I have it 20, because I have also come around since the initial hearing, because it's the concept on its face can easily draw ridicule. I think when I first heard it, I was like, what the really? We're not even trying. We're just going to rewrite a children's book. But then as you dive deeper into it, like you said, the allegory fits in there, and the direct comparisons make a little bit more sense. And yeah, I think I'm with you. I think we could have used one less bridge or so. But I at its heart, I think it works and as you said, is very lyrically dense. And that fact alone makes it a weird outlier for this song this year.
For sure.
You are right on that. I will give you that. She put effort into the lyrics.
Yes.
A rarity in 2016.
Right. Even Ellie Goulding didn't put any effort into lyrics in 2016. And I love her, like unabashedly.
Yeah. Well, Jay, is your number 3 also following the lack of lyrics trend, or is this one of the more introspective songs on the list?
Neither of those things.
Interesting.
I would say it's not a lack of lyrics, but it is definitely not introspective either. My number 3 is confident, sultry, struts in wearing high heels and absolutely no apologies. My number 3 tune is Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande. It's a slow burning groove. The vocals glide and tease and then erupt into that chorus. And it feels like a spotlight turning on. It's dramatic in the best possible way. It is attitude. It's elegant. Feels like watching someone flip their hair in slow motion, but it's like a power move. And it's a bold anthem that proves confidence can sound just as smooth as it does fierce.
Where the hell is it? No, it's in the 10. Oh, there it is. 18. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any counter to everything you had said there.
But you have it at 70.
No. No, I mean, on the list it's at 40, but again, it's in that same pack of songs that I think everything in that was you'd call these good songs. And I don't know. Yeah, maybe I just didn't have that. Certain things didn't amp in my brain as much for her, but it all makes sense to me.
Yeah. Oh gosh, are we going to prognosticate your number 2, Dan?
No, but I actually have a way to make this current, and I'll stick to that side because I have a feeling that y'all might have some things to say too. Like I said, there's a great story that goes with this, and it's a deep sports reference. So hang with me here. You might already know what I'm talking about. So let me see if I can get the whole setup in here quick. Okay. NFL quarterback Geno Smith, who was recently traded to the New York Jets, right? Rejoining the team 9 seasons after leaving initially from the team that drafted him. But during his first stint with the club, he got into a little dust up, if you will, with a teammate. Apparently, Geno owed him $6K and took a little too much time to pay it back. So for, being late on a debt, he got socked in the face, having his jaw broken and requiring surgery to repair it. Now, this was training camp in 2015. Ryan Fitzpatrick would then work his magic in the season as much as you could for the New York Jets. And that punch basically cost Smith his starting role there. So naturally, anyway, so this happens before in actual training camp. Geno's not playing any of the preseason games that year. He just had surgery to put his jaw back together. So the Jets traveled to Detroit for a contest that means nothing because it's a preseason game, blah, 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 blah. The PA guy at Ford Field that night announces the lineups for the Jets and then gets to the end of the team, to the Jets that were a scratch and such, and then announces Geno Smith last as a unhealthy scratch, which is accompanied by the strains of my number 2 song, Can't Feel My Face from The Weeknd. It was one of the best and coldest pregame intros ever, which was a very long way to say that I don't associate this song with the same thing that everyone else does. I get it. That's fine. But it doesn't make it any less amazing. And there's no way you haven't heard this track by now, but let me just add that it makes a perfect addition to the happy-sounding sad song genre to a certain extent, making a Michael Jackson-esque bop that he's pretty much admitted is about a face-numbing bag of blow.
And I have no notes. I have it at 14. So I have his back-to-back, the In the Night and Can't Feel My Face. I put In the Night a little higher because at face value, In the Night is a better song to me. Can't Feel My Face has the story that goes with it with Geno Smith, and you and I have had that thing happen a few times. So I tried to keep that out of the equation when just talking about the music. So I prefer In the Night as a song. But no, I'm totally with you. It's a bop.
Man, I tried, but I needed something to tie anything to at that point.
Oh, no, you're good. I agree.
Yeah, obviously zero arguments. There's such a good short list of artists that are probably fairly kick-ass emeritus artists. Obviously, Prince being at the very top of that list. The Weeknd's got to be in the top 5. If we had fairly kick-ass artists that we enjoy, I'd say The Weeknd's in the top 5. I'm sensing dissent.
No, actually, you're sensing my brain trying to figure out how to turn this into a segment down the road.
Yeah, ditto. But also maybe dissent. I can't tell. We have to argue about it over the course of an hour to an hour and a half and record that argument and then come up with a final, Mount Rushmore maybe of fairly kick-ass content.
You know what? You just might have something there.
I think the man's onto something.
But not a giant bag of blow. I'm not on a giant bag of blow.
I am sending this to y'all right now because I will forget, and I will be so mad if I forget, since this is something we actually needed to do over the last several weeks, is find exactly this.
Yeah, we can't actually call it a Mount Rushmore because the rule of the show is Prince, and that's number 1. But then 2 through 5 would be available for the next.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah,
good call. Okay, all right.
Because otherwise we all would have just burned a slot automatically.
Right, exactly.
Right,
There's no
right,
point in talking about that.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah.
Good call. Yeah, obviously the song is great. That goes without saying. If I didn't mention that, yeah, an absolute jam. Do I have an absolute jam at number two? Synergy.
Walking all over our segues.
No, that's how it should be on this show, truly. My number three song, as you know, was all about the hook, that of course being the captain in the Peter Pan metaphors. My number two song, also more all about the hook, in this case the more traditional music hook of the song Close by Nick Jonas and Tove Lo. This is a very cool, sensual song, but kind of in the same vein of Love Yourself. Like, this one doesn't go in too hard. This one is one that is not, I guess, not as much sensual in terms of like a sexual sensuality, but more so just like a very intimate sensuality. The hook, as mentioned, is something that is just going to wiggle its way into your ear and not leave. The lyrics themselves are very sultry in a more subdued way. I don't hate Nick Jonas on this track, which is an accomplishment in and of itself. Tove Lo does the Tove Lo things, does them very well, is obviously phenomenal. Yeah, I think this was a really well performed and a really well written song, and I dig it. Yeah, it's a good song.
I don't have any arguments to anything you said. I have it at 47, but I made literally no notes about it. I left that blank because I agree with you. Like, for some reason, I don't hate Nick Jonas on this song. He's right there in the mix. And then the only thing I've apparently the filter in my brain that keeps me from correcting people is broken today. Maybe it's the whiskey. I don't know. But her name is Tuvalu.
Did I say Tove Lo? Holy fucking
You did.
shit. I'm not, do not edit that out, producer Nikki. Do not edit that out. I will own that shame, and it is deserved shame. Tuvalu, my apologies for not knowing how to pronounce Swedish words. Now, if you tell me it's like Nick Jonas, then I'm going to probably call bullshit on you. But
To be fair to you, I was 7.5 seconds old when I found out that was the case.
Well, then I don't know if you're welcome or I'm sorry.
No, the problem is, I see that, and you say Tuvalu, which to me goes to the island nation, which goes to Kiribati, which everyone calls Kiribati. So yeah, we're in that deep end. I don't have anything to say. That's the problem. I don't have anything to say about the song in Descent either. I really like the steel pan effects, or the steel drum effects in there as well. That's built around. So
it's a bit jarring.
In that, it is a little bit, but again, it kind of connects and it works. It's right there in the middle of the pack for me.
Yeah.
Do we have any other? There are several other, like, at least Swedish influences with the aforementioned Max Martin and Shellback. I don't know if either of them show up on your number two track, Jay, or anyone else from the great land of Sweden.
Couldn't tell you. I didn't do any research.
Good man. This is a man who's been on this podcast before.
Yeah. Listen, okay, so when you like a song, and it doesn't really matter who produced it. If you're really into that, that's fine. And I do get into that with certain types of music and genre and artists that I truly like, and, you know, their back catalog of a variety of producers or whatever. But here's the thing. My number two track is Justin Timberlake and Can't Stop the Feeling, because that song arrived like a glitter cannon going off at a roller rink. It is bright and bouncy, and it makes your shoulders move whether you want them to or not. And it feels like sunshine wearing sneakers. I don't know why I like this song as much as I do, but it is one of the most fun songs that has ever been recorded. Wish I had more to say about it, truthfully. It's just, like, it really is just the epitome of fun. Like the song that kind of makes you awkward dance
Yeah, very reminiscent, not in sound, but in vibe of Pharrell Williams is Happy.
Pharrell Williams is Happy. Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine. Like there's certain songs that just hit that perfect pocket of pop magic where like you don't have to explain it. It just makes you dance.
Dance or smile or both. Like that's like it's an autonomic response. That song starts, you have to smile at the very least.
And if you start smiling, maybe you and whatever buddy you got next to you happens to you try to out battle each other trying to hit that high falsetto note because neither of you can.
Oh, damn it, everyone's going to try.
Right.
Good stuff. We have somehow salvaged three reasonable lists out of this year that was 2016, but there's a lot of less reasonable stuff that we need to get into. So we Dan, go ahead and make your way down to the bottom of your list. And I don't know, we usually do this dealer's choice. Sometimes we do 10 songs, sometimes we do 5, sometimes we say more, sometimes we say less. It's what we feel. It's however you're feeling in that moment.
I found a medium, interestingly enough, because I know what pays the bill. So I went 10 deep because I always go 10 deep because you don't have me around to do the happy shit.
You know what you're about. I respect
I know what I'm here for. But I also got to the point where I couldn't write a whole ton about these things because I ran out of time, and B, like there's only so many ways you could write just these are bad and just in general bad ways. So I'll leave it up to you. I have 10. If y'all have 5, do you want to go first? You have 10 as well.
I have 5, so I will gladly get mine out of the way and then let y'all get after it.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Because I think y'all found far more awful than I did. Like you said, Dan, a lot of this was just like, this isn't good, but like in relation to the rest of the list, it was like, none of this is good. So, but I did find some, whatever the reverse of diamond in the rough is. And we're going to go back and talk about Ariana Grande real quick at my number 96, and that was Side to Side. Look, I am far from a prude, and that's not the reason that this song is bad. That is because this song is bad. This is not an enjoyable song. This is not a particularly clever metaphor. Nicki Minaj is here. It maybe should have been lower based on that alone, but I think 96 is where we center there. And I'll just crank through the rest of these. And then I do wonder if some of these are going to show up on your list. So I won't say too much about any of them. I will have to say, unfortunately, a lot about my number 7 because it is Sucker for Pain by Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, and Imagine Dragons with Logic and Ty Dolla $ign featuring ex-ambassadors. Why is everyone here for this song? And why didn't they make it good? There were so many of you. Just one of you had to be decent. Just one of you. The Suicide Squad collab just does not do the song any favors, nor do the 36 different artists that feature on her, however many there are. I've lost count and stopped caring after Ty Dolla $ign. Number 98, to The Weeknd's point, I don't want to feel my face. He was absolutely right about that. But I do want to stop the feeling from playing ever again. Because you know what, guys, this song is like, let me get my notes out here. This song is like a glitter cannon going off at a roller rink. This song feels like sunshine wearing sneakers. And that is absolutely abhorrent. This is not the vibe that I wanted, I guess, at the moment that I was making my list and re-ranking it. I was apparently more curmudgeonly than I thought I was. And this song was the unfortunate victim of that. It needs to go, and it needs to go quickly. Number 99, Justin, we talked about you already. We talked, not the other Justin. We lauded you. We gave you praise for Love Yourself. And we will gladly accept your apology for Sorry, because this song is absolute dog shit. It is almost, maybe this is the rare case where I'm grading on a curve here, because like, if not for how great Love Yourself is, maybe this is only in the 80s. Maybe it's only in the 70s, but now I know what you're capable of, Justin. And now we've got to be a little more harsh with the grading. And grading is the perfect description for my number 100 song. Because if you were me, Meghan Trainor, then you would probably also put Me Too at number 100. This is like Starboy is a flex. We've talked about it. This, I guess, is supposed to be kind of like a flex, but it just misses every single possible conceivable mark. It is an annoying song. It is not even vocally annoying. I think this is, vocally, I think Megan sounds fine in comparison to other Meghan Trainor songs here. There are more annoying Meghan Trainor songs than this, but lyrically, it is a rice cake. The production is bad. Everything about it is just, it made me rank the Meghan Trainor song No higher than the bottom 5, and that just made me sad to do because that song is also dog shit.
Yeah.
92, by the way.
So I have a lot to say about your list, but some of it you're going to hear shortly. So, I mean, obviously the Justin Timberlake, I very much disagree with you. It's pretty rare that we have like actual like bookends. Where, like one of us is at the top. Yeah, that's really funny. And I'm here for it. I had Sucker for Pain at 29 because I found it listenable. And all I did was comment that like, oh, it's amusing that it took 5 other artists on this track for Imagine Dragons to make a decent song.
I love that they catch strays, even though you ranked it in the top 30.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
here's the thing. I like Ex Ambassadors and I like Wiz Khalifa most of the time. So and Lil Wayne's just fun.
He's there. Yeah. He showed up.
Oh, man. All right, Dan, you want to Rochambeau for who goes next?
No, I'll go ahead and do the same thing you did because you're going to hear about some stuff. But let me go ahead and just get some stuff out of the way here. And clearly I didn't mind side by side as much, but I had it at 49 in the whole thing. That's ironically enough, all I wrote initially was, it should be worse given the sheer weight of artists here, but I had Sucker for Pain at 29.
What is happening on this show?
And I'm not, of course, I can't argue, can't stop this feeling. I had it at 14.
Right.
Oh, that's too good. Not even that y'all had it so high, but that you
not
had
only
it
so
the
high,
exact
but
same
literally
slot.
at the exact same line.
Exact same number, 29, and then I had side to side at 48. So we were right there in lockstep with that too. Just out of curiosity, where did you have Sorry? Because I have it at 78.
You have to wait for that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, never mind. Didn't mean to step on that. All right, well, yours are usually better, so maybe I'll step in with my bottoms here.
Unless you're referring to Beyonce, Sorry, because that's up at 39.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely talking about Biebers.
Okay, yeah.
I'll jump in with my bottom of the list here. So I guess I'll start with a couple of I'll start at, remember, I have 2 that I did not rank, so I only have 98. But I got to mark in with, I have Closer by Chainsmokers and Halsey at 87, and then I have Jumpman by Drake and Future at 88 with only the tag, fucking hell. That's all I wrote. But at number 89, which is starts my bottom here, we'll go with No Limit by Usher and Young Thug. It's just dirty old man rap, and it is called No Limit, which is fitting because there appears to be no limit to how long the beat can repeat the same idea without anything new happening. The hook shows up, says hello, then refuses to leave the living room for the rest of the track. By the halfway point, it feels like a ringtone had gained sentience and we're starting Maximum Overdrive the musical.
We could be so lucky.
That is the full reason that I wanted to do my top 10 was so that I could get that in there. That's the reason right there. Okay. At number 90, I have Panda by Designer. Basically, this is just shitting on Zach's list the whole time. Few songs have ever achieved so much fame while sounding like they were recorded inside a hoodie. The beat stomps around with impressive menace, but the lyrics mostly seem to be hiding somewhere in the background, hoping no one asks them to articulate. Listening to it is like hearing someone passionately explain something through 3 closed doors and a pillow. Credit where credit's due, though. The instrumental absolutely slaps. The rest of the song just kind of waves from the passenger seat. Number 91, I have Cut It by OT Genesis and Young Dolph. Wow, even more dirty old man rap. This track has exactly one message, and it delivers that message with the dedication of someone pressing the same elevator button over and over and over again. The beat bangs, but the lyrical depth is roughly the size of a teaspoon. By the third repetition of the hook, you start to suspect the song might actually be about cutting the amount of effort put into writing the rest of the song. Efficient, sure. Subtle, not remotely.
I do enjoy this song too.
Number 92, I have Stitches by Shawn Mendes. The song treats a mildly disappointing breakup like a medical emergency unfolding in real time. The chorus belts out needing stitches with the intensity of someone who just scraped their knee and immediately called an ambulance. It's arena level drama for the most basic shit. By the time the final chorus rolls around, you half expect a team of paramedics to burst in, not because the relationship ended, but because the song refuses to stop hyperventilating about it. Number 93, I have Broccoli. Dram featuring Lil Yachty. Maybe the stupidest song on this list. Broccoli is the rare hit that sounds like it was written during a group project where nobody quite knew what the assignment was. The beat is fun and kind of bouncy, but the lyrics bounce around with that same logic as a late night conversation fueled entirely by energy drinks. The chorus proudly announces its vegetable-based metaphor and then immediately seems to forget why it brought it up. It's chaotic and confusing and strangely proud of both of those things. Number 94, Down in the DM, featuring Yo Gotti and Nicki Minaj, which takes the notable concept of sliding into someone's messages and stretches it into an entire musical thesis statement. The hook repeats the title so often it starts to feel less like songwriting and more like a reminder notification. The beat tries its best to keep things lively, but the lyrical content is essentially the digital equivalent of someone whispering "hey" across the room 47 times. Subtle romance this is not. Wow. Sorry, I need to take a breath.
No, you do that. I'm going to mention that I absolutely don't like Down in the DM, and that would be ridiculous if anyone did.
You have it at 20, don't you?
My taste in music has never been exposed more than the hip hop tracks in 2016. They're all so awful, and I love them all dearly. It feels terrible.
Well, let's see if this one works for you too. And by that, I mean I have Work by Drake and Rihanna. Minimalist lyrics, and that is putting it mildly. This song bravely asks the question, what if we removed almost all of the words from a song and just kept going anyway? The hook repeats work so many times that it begins to feel like you've accidentally wandered into a very catchy vocabulary drill. At a certain point, the brain stops processing meaning and it just accepts that this is the new reality. The beat, the vibe, and the same word echoing endlessly into the musical void. It's hypnotic, I guess, but so is staring at a ceiling fan for 4 minutes. Aside from Riri's voice being, on the gorgeous side as we're used to her doing, this song is ass. Every bit of it sucks to the point of feeling the anger deep in my guts. It's excruciating, it's laughable, and it's tiresome all at the same time.
And if I may just add, contains the second worst 3-second bit of 2016.
If you had a twin, I would still choose you.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
That man made money for this song. That's such a
lot of money.
A lot of money. That's criminal.
Number 96, I have the second entry for Shawn Mendes on this list, and that's Treat You Better, which is essentially 3 minutes of someone loudly insisting they would make a better boyfriend, which historically is not the most convincing strategy. The chorus pleads its case with such determination that you almost want to hand it a resume template. It's sweet, earnest, and just a little bit like being cornered at a party by somebody explaining why they'd totally be a better manager than the current one. The confidence is admirable, even if the argument feels slightly unsolicited. Number 97. I'm going to have to agree with Zach on this one and go with Me Too by Meghan Trainor. It's the most confident thing in the room, which is impressive considering it's built out of beige wallpaper. The beat plods along with all the excitement of a department store escalator, while the lyrics deliver a groundbreaking thesis. Megan thinks she's great, thanks for asking. The chorus is a parade of mush-mouthed syllables that sound like someone singing through a mouthful of peanut butter while reading their own Instagram captions aloud. And the message is an endless loop of self-congratulation. It lands with the charm of someone loudly complimenting themselves in a mirror at a party while everyone else slowly backs away toward the snack table. Which leads me to my number 98. Bottom of the barrel here. Which happens to also be Meghan Trainor. And no. 2002 had a bargain bin sale and sold mystery boxes in bulk. Meghan Trainor bought them all up, ate them up, threw them up, and we get no. The production is a collage of early aughts R&B cliches. It's a wah-wah guitar riff that buzzes like a dying mosquito and a beat so sterile it could probably pass FDA inspection. It kind of struts in like it's about to deliver a bold empowerment anthem, but the whole thing feels less like confidence and more like someone loudly clapping in your face while explaining that they've just discovered the word boundaries. Somewhere underneath all of that, the song keeps insisting it's cool and edgy, which only makes it sound like a motivational poster that learned how to shout. Over the sonic debris, Meghan Trainor delivers a vocal performance that can only be described as auditory entitlement. She swings wildly between a nasal, pseudo-soulful whine and a tough girl persona that's so forced, it makes middle school talent show look like the Apollo Theater. The lyrics don't help. My name is no. My sign is no. My number is no. It's a rhythmic temper tantrum delivered with the stubborn energy of a toddler. Given the premise of the song, its message, its purpose, I think the most damning thing I can say is, Megan, I do not consent.
Oh man, it's that's maybe the hardest part is that it is like the message. If you kind of strip everything back, like the message is great. It just is.
Sure.
The execution is so poor.
It's so poor.
Oh, and obviously I have very little to say about that since most of the bottom of your list is most of the bottom of my list. So
it feels like most of the bottom of my list is most of the top of your list.
That is also true. It's the weirdest kind of dichotomy. It's like all of the hip hop songs, all the rap songs are the ones where we're off base. Everything else we're in lockstep. Yeah. It's just the hip hop.
That's fair. All right, Dan.
What I love about this is twofold. Is after that beautiful soliloquy, I don't have to add a whole ton to some things.
Oh man, sorry, I didn't mean to step on everything.
It's for the best. You won this with this go round because I did not have my normal. It was really hard to get mad at so much meh, but either way. But also through all that, I still managed to find songs that y'all didn't even bring up.
Yes.
So, and I think I know why you didn't bring up the one.
Yeah.
And that doesn't excuse. Well, the other one, and that part still doesn't excuse it for being such a piece of shit. And a bad song. So let's go to number 91. I have just one line about Down in the DM. Because there is so much problematic happening here and nothing else interesting happening to distract you from the fact that there is so much problematic happening in that one.
Yeah.
At number 92. You guys have already commented on this one plenty, but I'll have to add that, look, Sorry is actually a really catchy track. And I hate that for it. But I cannot get past the overwhelming, massive, and overbearing amount of pretension and arrogance that Bieber gives off here. Remember we talked a little bit earlier on about where he was as a persona in 2016? And this attempt here about Sorry? And then, like, you're not, though. There's nothing in this song that says... in this quote-unquote apology song that says, I am sorry about anything. I'm just going to continue to be toxic as hell. And that fact just steeped through this see-through apology track.
Two distinctly different levels of emotional maturity between Sorry and Love Yourself.
Right?
It's wild.
So weird. Let me point out for number 93 that Designer really wanted to be Future. He really wanted to be Future. And he did get his hit that was everywhere for a hot minute, but all I can seriously remember is the word panda a bunch of times. And
Panda.
that's after multiple listens, searching for something, anything else to stick in my brain.
Panda.
That was little panda. That's it. That's all I got.
No.
He says words.
Prove it.
Y'all have already taken number 94, but the humble brag is in fact an interesting genre and maybe one of those that we could talk about in the future. But Me Too is highly repetitive and grating and definitely won't be a highlight of that. And I just can't from the lyrics up. Like everything y'all have pointed out about it, plus many other things. Jeez. Number 95 is one of those that no one else brought up yet. And I'm interested to see what the take of this was. Because it's Nash featuring Olivia O'Brien and I Hate You, I Love You. Olivia O'Brien has a very nice voice on the track. Nash's bedroom pop style of whining and emoing all over a piano and clap track on Quaaludes is one of the most boring top 10 songs I have ever covered in the 5 years of us doing this. If his vocals are an indication of how into the relationship he was, then he can't be mad at her for leaving. He was barely there to begin with. If I wanted to do it, if I were him, it'd be, you can't be mad at me leaving. It was barely a minute of the song.
Panda. I have it at 73 with just the word meh and with the same score as my position for Ride by 21 Pilots with the phrase, God, this is irritating.
Agreed on both counts. Yeah, 66 for me, but it's boxed macaroni and cheese.
Generic boxed macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. The Great Value brand, not
yeah,
Kraft.
Right.
Kraft
not
dinner
Kraft,
forever.
No, certainly not the Velveeta stuff.
That's the best.
God damn, I'm hungry. Anyway, let me move on real quick. Something else you guys didn't bring up. And I really probably should have a whole lot more to say about a song that hits number 96 on a list like this. It is probably not a good precedent to set, but I listened to Designer's Timmy Turner and wrote down 3 words and then listened again and then listened again. And still literally all of the thoughts that I can generate about this song are as follows. Generally unpleasant goop.
I'm not going to bat for Timmy Turner. I'll go to bat for Panda. Timmy Turner is gone.
I have Timmy Turner higher than Panda, but not by much.
Okay, moving on. There are plenty of good opportunities for a song where a woman rightfully repels the wrong type of attention that she's drawing from, like, that guy at the bar or at the party. And you know what I mean when I say that guy. Like, when I say that guy, you hear that it's in italics, right? Like, you could hear that. But it is an overly processed attempt at recreating an early Destiny's Child track, really elaborates the idea of walking away, and that's it. Repeated at an aneurysm-inducing number of times, because that is what Meghan Trainor gave us with No. And I will hit a criticism that neither of you did, actually, because the most annoying part, even beyond the over repetition, beyond the highly simplified lyrics, it's Trainor's voice itself. The fact that it could have been this big anthem with this uplifting message, and instead what we got was a completely flat attempt at a throwback jam that misses the mark of a possibly worthwhile concept is equally as annoying.
Yeah, I feel like take the concept and scrap literally everything else about the song, give it to Olivia Rodrigo, and you've got a banger.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I'd like that. I'd like that a lot.
You got to scrap the lyrics too. Like you have to start. You have to start over.
It's frame off at this point.
Yes. Right. Move to number 98. Let's all pull out those fedoras and get ready to tip them as hard as possible as the White Knight. Shawn Mendes is here to give us an absolutely terrible song. It is, of course, Treat You Better, which in fact contains the 3 worst seconds of the year 2016. And it contains it multiple times. And I think you know what I mean when I say that it's truly again. If you tell me what the hell that actually was meant to be, I will give you a cookie, because I don't know what that sound is supposed to be. But it ends every fucking chorus.
I'm so sad I don't know what it's supposed to be, because I'd really love a cookie right now.
I know what the words actually are, but that's beside the point.
No, what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I know. No, you nailed it.
And here's the 2, and I think I know why the 1 is the one. But at number 99, it's quick, because let me allow me to once again just share the first thing I wrote down upon listening to this song for the first time probably since 2016, because God knows why would you want to go back and listen to this production experiment gone horrifically wrong. Is this what a stroke sounds like? The almost worst song of the year is Kiara's Gold. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, it is that's exactly what the attempt at doing a unique hook. Let's just take her vocals, reverse it, and then chop it up and glitch it all over the place. Okay, why? What are we doing here? And then, hey, let's do this thing with production where, you know, there's definitely effects where you can just leave a space and let it fill. Like, cool, okay, so just leave a space, and then you didn't leave a space though. You let the faucet dripping, and that's what's on the goddamn track. Why did you leave the faucet on the track? And where you could just let some echo.
The song grew on me. I have it at 20.
Did you? Those are just the hardest ones. Like, choices were made. Like, it would have been so much easier to not have done so much of this song. 73 for me.
And yeah, I did say I have it at 20. It grew on me quite a bit. I hated it when it came out, but it grew on me.
I hated it when it came out. Still do. Still do.
Didn't change.
Still do. Heard the song, smelled toast. Don't know if there's a correlation there, but I think that explains a lot.
Fair enough.
And I don't think I need to explain why my number 100 is at number 100. I don't think either of you rated it because of everything else around with the actual artist itself post this song. But if you could find a way to compose a more annoying song that would be an actual achievement to manage to stack up a larger pile of suck, then watch me. And I don't think I need to elaborate, honestly. I think all you need to do, if you have to remind yourself of what it sounds like, is play it for about 13 seconds. You've heard the entire song after the first 13 seconds, and then you can go back knowing that you can never get those 13 seconds of your life back.
22. Just with the phrase, this held up.
Held up what? Held up to what?
I don't know. I DJ a lot of weddings, man.
But that's the thing. I had like that moment where it was like a stadium thing, and but I don't hear that anymore because we have taken this like and moved on. Because even though you never learn how to Dougie, Teach Me How to Dougie is more of a catchy song.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Same,
right?
same.
Like, even as a dance song, Cat Daddy is more interesting. That one goes deeper.
Maybe we need to do that. Top 5 dance, or top 5 songs about a dance, not dance songs.
Doesn't teach you how to dance. Just it's about a dance.
I'm sorry. I don't love the song, but I love the experience of the song, I think, is more where I'm at. It's a dumb song, and I recognize that fully. Okay.
Too much for me, even.
I'm having fun. Okay, so we're back around to the top of the list, right? Or did you have one more?
No. That was 100.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Please, let's have more fun with the top of the list.
But since we goofed it all up, I don't know whose turn it is anymore.
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice? Fine. I'll do it because we already talked about it once and sort of get rid of it off the thing because we already know Dan doesn't care for it very much. But if pop music had a doorbell, this song would be the very dramatic finger pressing it while the wind blows and emotions swirl. I'm talking about Hello by Adele. It's a piano line that sighs before the first lyric even lands. The track reminds us that sometimes the most powerful move in pop is simply calling someone and saying what you mean. The vocals soar like they're trying to apologize to the entire planet at once. And frankly, we're all happy to pick up the phone. It is equal parts heartbreak and grandeur. It's the kind of song that makes you stare thoughtfully out a window, even if you're just waiting for your microwave to finish, which is literally what I was doing when I wrote that bit.
So let me quickly defend myself just a little bit, because I say that I did not like it. It wasn't my favorite Adele track, and I still have it at 27 because it is still Adele, and it is still a beautiful song. I think the difference is if you listen to the writing and you listen to everything else, it's the first time that you can take the emotions that she is sending out there and not immediately connect, and almost like when I mentioned that, like, this song got clowned on more than any of her songs, and I think that's and maybe even more so than what was the first single? Oh, I'm blanking on the first single right after she came. There's a comeback after the divorce. Easy on Me. Yeah, Easy on Me. But it's easy to, like, okay, you listen to the song the first couple of times and you're like, you make that connection. Is it everything, the power of the wind hits you? And then eventually you're just like, after the third or fourth time, you're like, is she just like standing outside this dude's house yelling at him? Like, is this genuinely or like, is this messier than this song gives off? That's not like something we've been used to with the rest of her stuff. And I think that's why it stuck out. And maybe that's and again, and I also admitted the over repetition because it was everywhere for a very long time. Yeah. And that might have knocked it down a few points for me.
Yeah. I have had a couple of years of a break from it because it hasn't been everywhere for a little while. But you're not wrong about the bit of a Lloyd Dobler effect, right? Like, is this the outside the window with it's the Dobler or Dahmer thing, right? Like, it's sweet sweet if you want that guy standing out your window, and it's creepy as balls if you don't.
Right.
But I think there is an aspect of that in the song itself, as she's basically saying, like, hey, I've tried to call you, I've tried to, to reach out to connect with you, and you just weren't having it. And, like, at a certain point, like, the other person, no matter how much you've wronged them, like, that person has moved on.
Yeah.
And this is her saying, like, okay, I fucked up, but I am also, I'm owning that, and I'm also ready to move on. Yeah. It's no surprise that the song won 3 Grammys with another 2 for the album that was on, which was 25. It's no surprise that the song went 7 times platinum. It's no surprise that the song spent 10 weeks at number 1. And it's no surprise that one singular 5-letter word is also my number 1 song of 2016. Of course it's Hello. What else is it going to be? This is the only great song on this entire fucking list.
That is accurate. That is 100% accurate.
What, you looking at me like I'm supposed to say something?
Well, right. We know it's not your number 1. So how are you going to disagree with us? Not are you going to disagree with us? How are you going to disagree with us?
This is very fair. And I can readily admit that this was the absolute last song that I expected to be on the top of my list, from one of the last people that I would expect to perform a song on a top of probably any of my lists. He is far from the last one I would put up here. I could think of so many others, but I do digress. When I think of an otherwise dour year on the pop charts, I can't think of a better track to lift up above all than an absolutely tragic rock star story. It is Woe Is Me, but with a different spin from that trope, which I have expressed truly hating in the past, which does make me even more surprised that I think it deserves to be number 1. Yes, Mike Posner knows that he's got fame and money and everything that the rest of us think we want. But he's found a pretty relatable way to say that it's not all that it's cracked up to be. And maybe you should use me as a cautionary tale when you aspire to climb that particular mountain. The song that belonged to the front of the pack that was 2016 for me was I Took a Pill in Ibiza. This is a raw, emotionally, and most importantly, self-aware song about all of the issues that Posner was having with both professionally and personally. I don't know if he was public about his sobriety issues when this whole thing came out. And it could very easily be written off as akin to Bieber's Lonely, which 18, I think this next record after the ones that we've been talking about. But the major difference is that Posner can actually emote with his voice as opposed to whatever Bieber was trying to do in that song. That falsetto does more than annoy. It expresses the actual pain that comes with the gig and the gear. And if you really listen between the lines, there's a hint of fear that he knows that he's spiraling and can't or will not escape. Now, the good news is he did, in fact, escape. Mike Posner did get himself cleaned up and sobered up. 10 years clean now, as a matter of fact. A fact that I found out because he literally last week released an update to this song, and it is very uplifting. In fact, that's not, I mean, it's almost too happy, but that's neither here nor there. But this hit single / plea for help is one of the most real things that hit the chart in 2016. And in a year where seemingly the only emotion that anyone else could express was boredom, Posner's simple, pure, and raw gut punch of a reflection on life gone wrong in the spotlight, I think deserves to be recognized as the best hit single of the year.
Okay, yeah, so now I feel
totally
like a
looking
heel.
At reactions. Oh, go ahead. I was what it's here for.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter how well or like eloquently you explain why the lyrics of the song deserve to be where they are. That's fine. You are entitled to your opinion. But it really only made me feel guilty because I had the premise of the song as an accurate statement, but all I wrote about it when I put it at number 69 on my list was that it feels like someone turned a midlife crisis into a campfire sing-along and forgot to include the fire.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, crisis, midlife crisis is where I would disagree.
Yeah, I mean,
crisis, not so much.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting how much introspection happens in what otherwise is just like kind of a, party all night, sleep all day pop song. Like there's a ridiculous amount of nuance in the song. There's a ridiculous amount of self-reflection. These things don't happen in pop. They're not supposed to happen in pop.
And I didn't hear it.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of buried down in there. I certainly didn't detect that, the first few listens of the song for me either, back when it came out. I think the thing that kind of really made me wonder, is there more to this song was the passing of Avicii. And thinking like, oh shit, like this, obviously the song was written before Avicii passed, but it made me look at it and think of it in a slightly different light. It was really interesting that it was in this medium that we get this song. It's kind of a juxtaposition.
Well, and also part of the reason I gave it more consideration than I probably would have if we had done this as things came out, but like, this thing ended the year at number 10. So it wasn't just me that found something there. It couldn't have been because it was popular enough to chart that high for the entire year. Because like you said, these type of, this doesn't happen in pop. And we're coming off of about or so a string of years where that was the main hit. Club bangers were basically all that was catching fire as far as popularity and chart rise. So for the fact that we have years of Mr. Worldwide and his ilk on top of the charts, and then that's a top 10 song. All right, I'll give it another look. I really feel like I've just gone out of my way to bring the tone way down to end this show.
That is also your role.
That is also
credit where credit's due.
we've all been in that seat.
I have a gimmick. I will stick to this gimmick until it stops working, and I'll have to find another way to get over.
Everyone needs, we all need to talk to creative more often, is what I'm hearing.
I don't, because I'm afraid to hear, we're sorry, creative has got nothing for you.
We got nothing for you. Listeners, we unfortunately have nothing for you, including this episode that you...
They knew that the second they hit the play button.
None of the last X amount of minutes you listened to were a surprise. I agree with Dan. But you stuck with us for all this time. Some of you, maybe this was the first and last episode. Understandable. But for those who've rode with us for all the years, like we do appreciate you. We see you. We love you. We appreciate you. Y'all are the best. And stop. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it to yourself. You have choices. You have options. What are you doing? But if you do want to, cuss at us, yell at us, ask us why we keep doing this thing we could ask the same question of you, why you keep listening to this thing we keep doing. But it is a one-way street at this point with our social media, at Fairly KickAss on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Let us know what you think about this episode, about every episode. As always, fairlykickass@gmail.com for your Gmail, your email, mostly Gmail. I don't know anyone with a non-work, non-Gmail address. So, hit us up from your Hotmail, from your AOL.com. Like we want to see the relics. We want to see like Earthlink at earthlink.net. Like hit us with that. Jay is just... in tatters.
I know a few people who still have Hotmail addresses, and I razz them about it on an occasion. But Earthlink, damn.
Hey, shout out to anybody still rocking a Prodigy.net.
Prodigy.net, let's go. Oh, the kids listening to this having no idea what we're talking about is just it's delightful to me. Would also be delightful if you hit us up on our website, fairlykickass.com is how websites work. I did learn that in college. And also, there is some work to be done from your side to catch up with the rest of our catalog, which you can do literally on any podcast provider on Earth, except for the ones that we're not on. And we will be on them. If you tell us that we're not on them, we will do what we need to do to get on them. Just search for Fairly KickAss. Literally all you have to do. It's the easiest thing. It's... counting in my head, it's 13 letters and a space. That's it. And you're there. And boys, I think we're there. And by there, I mean the end of the show. So do you have any parting words for the year of 2016?
It doesn't feel right that it's 10 years ago, but it feels good that it's 10 years ago.
Let's just make sure whatever happens, we don't do that again.
Never again.
Did.
Okay.